Hi YouTube, this is Crazy Rally 33. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple firecracker. You do need purchased fireworks to make this, so sorry about that. I will be coming out with a match firecracker soon. Anyways, back to the video. What you're going to need is one of these. They're called air bombs. They are basically an aerial firework that fires a firecracker into the air and explodes. You can get these are Canadian fireworks, so yeah, I live in Canada. You can get these at like your local gas station. You have to be 18 to buy them. Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to peel off this silver little fuse wrapping cover thing. I screwed that up. It's actually a pull tab, which I messed up. You'll see this fuse. That's going to be the fuse we're going to use for the firecracker. Anyways, so what you want to do is you want to pull it out like that. You're going to want to pull it until it comes out. Set it aside for later, and then you're just going to have this as a little piece of paper. You can poke a hole in it, you know. Basically what you have down there, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little cardboard cylinder, and underneath that is a firecracker, so you need to get down to that. So what we'll use for that are these pliers and this razor blade. You can also use scissors, probably the safer bet, but I chose to use a razor blade. So bear with me while I get this open. Pliers just make it easier for the cardboard. You can do this by hand, but I'm too lazy. Don't want to put in the effort. Actually, better than this razor blade probably be my knife. So much better. You want to make sure you do not cut into that firework. If you do, it could go off and that'll be a big explosion, because it's the equivalent of an M80. And if you don't know what that is, that's a big freaking firecracker. Put it this way, you could probably put one in the center of a brick. Could probably blow the brick apart. Anyways, use my knife. Carefully pry up the cardboard. See, a little cardboard disc. Underneath that is this little tiny cylinder. This is your firecracker. Now to prepare it, because if you like that, it'll just go off in your hand. If you like this, it'll just go off in your hand. You don't want that. You're going to need this fuse that you saved from earlier. You're going to take the shorter end. As you can see, it's bent. The shorter end, you want to kind of curl it. Don't worry, this won't make the fuse any worse. It actually works really well. Just so you can wrap it around your fuse. To make sure that your fuse is touching the other fuse, or else it'll likely not go off. Next, you're going to need is preferably electrical tape, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use some red duct tape. That's all screwed up. I'm going to put it on top first to hold the fuse in place, like that. Make sure it's tight. I just like to do this. I don't know, makes it look nicer. Just my opinion though. This is where I get pretty sloppy, so I guess it doesn't really matter at all. Now the tighter you wrap this, the louder it'll be. If you wrap it a lot, you could wrap this a lot, believe me, it will explode. I just, personally, it's loud enough for me, so I'm just going to tape it enough to keep the fuse on. Feel free to fast forward through this part, by the way. And it is done. Here is your little red M80 that is really freaking loud. Caution, if this goes off in your hand, it will probably blow a finger off, and I'm serious about that. I had a friend who dropped one by his feet and it went off, and he went deaf for a good 10 minutes. No joke. Shell shock. Anyways, that's it. Thanks. Like, comment, rate, subscribe. Have a nice day, folks.